Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Maddison, but you can call me Maddie, and this is my little podcast. It's a monthly podcast all about all things arty and crafty, and the things that I make, all the things I'm getting up to. I live in Thurrock in a flat with my husband Ralph and my teenage son Joey. Been here quite a long time now, and I am a textiles teacher by day. But I've now started helping out with my local yarn shop and their social media as well. You can find me in the usual places on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews. I'm also on Ravelry at MadXStitcher, and I've been putting this off because I've been in a bit of a low place recently. So I was meant to film this at the weekend. It is now the 7th of July. I was going to film on like the 3rd, I think it was, on the Sunday. And just didn't do it. Couldn't find the motivation to get up and do it. So yeah. For the month of June I have started counselling sessions. So they're starting to help, but there's a lot of emotions coming out and there's a lot of things that have been talked about. So yeah, it's getting me a bit down, and we now have 2 weeks as of today left of school. So I'm really looking forward to the summer holidays and just spending time as the three of us, because we haven't been able to do that for a long time. So yeah, looking forward to having a little bit of a rest. I think it seems to have been like full on for quite a while now, and yeah, we all need to sort of chill out a bit. But I have given myself a pack of biscuits today and a cup of tea, so we're going to get on with the podcast. What I will say is that I have 4 finishes this month, but I only have 2 to show you, because one is at my local yarn shop on display in their new feature wall, and the other is at the yarn dispensary in Faversham because it was made as a sample for the beginners knitting course. So I don't have either of those 2, but I do have pictures. And I did record a little bit of the sample that I made. Yeah, so that will slot in at some point. So what were my plans for June? Well, I've only done 3 of them. There were 5. So the first one was to work on my Postcards with Love Cowl, which is a blanket crochet along run by Cowl, designed by Coastal Crochet. I wanted to try and start a honeycomb blanket and make little hexagons, but I think I made one and wasn't really happy with it, so it kind of got shelved. I do have a pattern that I really want to try and have a go at, so I'll come back to it when I feel like I can. The next one was finishing the cowl, which is the sample I did for the dispensary. That was done. I wanted to try and also finish the Spring Fling scarflet, but I don't think I've actually touched that this month. No, I don't think I have. And the last one was to make progress on other samples, and I have made progress on other samples. So I still have quite a few whips to show you, but we're going to jump right in to my finishes, my FOs, and I have 2 I can show you. So the first one I'm going to show you is, well, it is a finish, but I still need to weave in the ends because we know I don't like doing that. And I have noticed that, or I've realised that I've had my shower puff for quite some time now. It's quite a large one, so I don't really want to get rid of it. But I know that It's also plastic, and I'm trying to move away from plastic. So I found a pattern for a shower puff made in cotton yarn, and it looked like a big brain. You can see I've got ends to weave in. It took just over 50 grams, and it's really simple. I got this off of the free version is on a blog. There is a paid for version, which I think is just a PDF. But you literally start with a circle in the middle, and then you just keep expanding outwards. So it took me, though, maybe 3 days, because there's so many trebles in it. Yeah, I can't remember the exact amount of trebles. I think it's something like 2,000 in the last round. Something ridiculous like that. So yeah, I have a shower puff, and it's got a chain so you can hold on to it. I have done this using Derma's Studio Cotton DK. Comes in 50 gram balls. So I finished one. I think I had maybe 20 trebles to go into, and it's 4 trebles per treble. So I had to crack into the next ball, but didn't use that much, so there's still plenty there to do something else with. This is from Derma's. I got it in a mystery bundle box when they were also doing a free gift, but I don't know if this was the free gift or part of the bundle. So this one is called Moonstone, and it's just a nice light grey colour. It's nice to work with. The cotton's nice and soft, and I'm hoping to once I've woven in the end, I'll be able to use that and get rid of the big one. But this is not very big, so I was in 2 minds about going around again, but I think I may run out of yarn. So yeah, I will put the details for where I got it from down below, but I think it was Hooked on Crochet. Where is it? Yes, no, Hooked on Patterns. So it's a blog you can go to called Hooked on Patterns. I found it on Ravelry originally, and then went to the blog post for it. So yeah, it's super simple to make, but my god, did trebles take so long to do. It really killed my arms. I think I put down crochet for a few days after this, because I just couldn't hold the hook anymore. But yeah, one little shower puff. They do make really good gifts, but I'm not sure I want to be spending 3 days working on one shower puff to give as a gift. So I'm not sure I'll be making any more. But for now, I have one, and that's all I really need for me. So yeah, have to get those ends woven in and actually can put it to some use. Now the second one I can show you, or the only second one I can show you, is this one. So it's the Most Useful Little Purse by Anna Nikiforovich. It is a mosaic crochet technique, but is also stranded. The example here is actually waistcoat stitch, but we did it in back loops to make our one. Now it was done as a course or a class at the Dispensary in Faversham on a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday. Yeah, so I went over for that. Got to meet Anna, because I haven't met Anna before. Yeah, I've done a few of her patterns now. Yeah, and we made our own little zippy bags. So little purses, complete with tassel. I actually finished it the same day, and then just needed to sew up and add the zip and then make the tassel. So I'm really pleased with this. I did not realise how simple it was, and it's just remembering to catch the floats on the back like you do in knitting at different intervals, and how you twist the yarns together to do that. So it becomes quite a nice dense fabric, and I really like the pattern. I'm definitely going to try the waistcoat stitch because I haven't done that yet, and see if I can make some more, because again, it didn't take me very long. What I did realise though is that I probably shouldn't be using a handmade polymer clay hook to do it with, because my tension was really, like my thumb, I put so much pressure on my hook I broke it. So this is the hook. You might have seen this before. It's a dragon, and you can see at the bottom here I've broken part of his tail. And I love this hook, absolutely love it, but I crochet like this with my thumb near the bottom, so I put so much pressure on that bit that it just snapped off in my hand. So at least I've learned my lesson in that. So now I need to get a new crochet hook and put that one to bed. But yeah, I used 2 balls of yarn that are from Turkey. I purchased them from Lolly's Little Wool Shack quite some time ago. I'm not even sure they appear on the vlog, on the podcast. I bought it as like a blanket kit, so you get so many balls of black, so many balls of purple, and so many balls of pink. But I've never done anything with it. There are ideas floating around in my head for it, but haven't got that far. So yeah, that's my little most useful little purse. So the third thing I made was the cowl, and I'll skip to that video in a second. But the last thing I made this month, I actually finished in July, but I'm just going to show you anyway because it's on display at the shop. And I made a seagull sitting in a box of chips. So we were discussing what to do with the feature wall at the shop and decided to go for a beach theme because it's really nice and sunny out now and we've got summer holidays coming up, so we figured we'd do a beach wall. So we used all of the King Cole Beaches yarns, put them all out, and we've got this really nice like seaside theme going on. So we've got like little deck chairs, we've got buckets and spades and things like that. So I bought the new Crochet Now magazine, or the one that came out in June, and it came with another booklet, which is Your Crochet and Knitting. Now I'm pretty sure I've got one of these. Either I've got it or I was thinking about getting it, and it's this one. Now I probably would have bought it for the Wallace and Gromit characters, but this is what I ended up doing. So let's find, there he is. It's a design by Alison Holloway, and he sits in a little box of chips. Now this is one of those magazines where you get 6 balls of yarn with it, but I obviously didn't do that. I got it free with a different magazine. So I went diving into my stash yarn to find some colours that I'd be able to do my seagull with, and I found a bag of zest. So there's also pink in there as well. So I've used the white from that one, and I think I used the yellow as well. There was a yellow in there, which was all the chips. And then in this one I used the blue. So there's also another pink in there. I used the blue in that one to do the wings of the bird, and the red and green in this one to do the box, and the pink actually. So I used 4 colours from this one, 2 colours from this one. And I made the seagull quite quickly actually. He didn't take me very long. And then I took the rest of it. No, I did the box itself at my local yarn shop one night, and then made all the chips and the yellow section for the top of the box at the yarn dispensary for knit night last Thursday, and put it all together on Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon at my local yarn shop. and it went straight on the wall. So yeah, I'll put up some pictures for you so you can see him and see him in action on the wall as well. And I've already had somebody ask me to make them one because they asked if he was available to buy, and he's not. He's on the shelf at the shop. So I'm going to have to make another one now. So I'm going to have to find some yarn for him in my stash. But I was quite pleased with him. I do think though he needs more chips because it's quite sparse at the bottom, and I ended up only being able to make 13 with the yarn that I had, but it calls for 14. I still think he needs more than 14 chips though. Yeah, but I'm really pleased with him and he came out really nice. So what I will say though is I'm not a fan of the yarn you get with these magazines anymore. They fall apart quite quickly, quite easily. So they're not really plied or anything. They're very loosely twisted and you can literally just pull them apart. So I had to be very careful with how I was fastening stuff off or joining new yarn in. Even weaving the ends in when I'd finished, I had to be careful that I didn't snag it and it would just fall apart. So I don't think I'm going to be buying any more magazines that have the yarn come with them. I think these actually came from the Knitting and Stitching show when they were doing them for £1, just to like as little extras, or they were free. Can't remember. Could be either. Yeah, so I've had them for some time. I did make the baby pandemonium in pretty much just that yarn, or those types of balls of yarn, and that's still in one piece. That didn't fall apart. So I'm wondering if it's because they might be newer balls, and the others I've had for a long time. So yeah, definitely gonna be checking my stash of yarn from now on to see what quality they actually are, because I don't think there's much else you can do with that yarn, unfortunately. Anyway, let's show you the beginner's knitted cowl that I did. I actually made it in about 3 evenings. My knitting has picked up so quickly that I now knit combined continental and it just flew off the needles. It really did. I've made it before. I've made the grey version before, which you will have seen 2020 January or 2021. No, 2021 January. I made this one. And I used the Retreat yarn from West Yorkshire Spinners, which is a wool roving yarn, and I used the colour Peace. So I'll pass you over to Past Me to talk a little bit more about that project. So I finished a sample. I have finished off the first sample I've been making for the yarn dispensary. Gemma kindly sent me 4 balls of West Yorkshire Spinners Retreat in the colourway Peace. And I have worked up her knitted cowl, which is for beginners. Now I have made one of these before. I made this one in January of 2021, I think, if you remember this. So I actually altered this pattern. The idea is that you learn different stitches and then join it up at the end to make a cowl, but I changed the middle bit because I wanted to have like a diamond central focus on it, which makes this a bit longer. This one was made in Hayfield Bonus Chunky, but the sample I have made up is in the West Yorkshire Spinners Retreat. It is a little bit smaller because I have done this one to the pattern, which means it doesn't have the diamond, but I'm really pleased with it. I've also done the 3 needle bind off again, and I think this one's actually a bit neater. Where's it gone? There. I think this one's a bit neater than the first one I did. It's also, the sides are also pretty much straight, whereas on my first one they sort of go inwards where I'd done it so tight. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It hasn't actually taken that long either. I think I did the first sort of 2 sections in maybe 1 evening, and then moved on to the next 2 sections it looks like I've done my double moss stitch wrong, but I did check it. I don't know. It looks wrong on the camera, but it does look right when you look at it close up. I don't know. And then I did the chevrons before going to bed. And then I have since, I think I literally did the rest of it at the weekend. So I've done half of it at the weekend. Yes, you do one stockinette panel. You start with garter, do stockinette, then you've got rib, then you've got a checkerboard, double moss, and then making a pattern, which is the chevron pattern. And it was really nice to work with, actually. Retreat yarn is more like a roving yarn. It's not spun. It's not plied, so it's not wrapped around anything, which means it can be a bit fluffy. As you can probably tell, it is a bit fluffy. But it makes it nice and soft on your hands to work with. And I was worried because it is wool. Let's double check the label. It is 100% blue-faced Kerry Hill. So I was worried that because it was wool, it was going to be scratchy, but actually it works out nice and soft, which is really nice. So yes, the yarn came from the yarn dispensary. The sample is going to the yarn dispensary. And the reason I'm recording early is because I need to drop it off before the 1st of the month. Because I think that is when the course for this actually starts. So what I have learned is how to fix my stitches sometimes. So I think I did, when I was doing the rib section, I had knit instead of purled for one row or for like a couple of sections. So I was able to go back in and twist them the right way. And I also found that I quite like knitting combined continental style, which has made this really super speedy for me. So I have found my knitting method of choice, which means hopefully my other knitting projects will go a bit faster now. I'm still tackling lace, but I think this has definitely given me the confidence now to make my first cardigan or jumper. So now that I've got that style down of knitting, I'm a little bit more confident, which is the whole point of this pattern, so that you learn the stitches, you learn how to get comfortable with the needles, you find your knitting style, as it were, and it gives you the confidence to move on to other projects and bigger projects. So yeah, this is Gemma's pattern when she was the project bag, so it is available through her Pay Hip store, through the Midnight Diary. I believe the pattern is also available through the yarn dispensary because that's the shop she's a manager of. And this course starts at the beginning of July. So yes, if you want to have a go and make one yourself, and you are fairly confident in starting knitting, then find the pattern. Otherwise, book yourself a place on the course, I guess. Yeah, I wonder what's next. Now, I use less than 2 balls of yarn for this cowl. The pattern, actually, you can make it either as a scarf or a cowl. You don't have to seal it like a cowl. It can just keep going and make it longer to make a scarf. So even though Gemma sent me 4 balls, I have used, I mean, that is the second ball. I don't know how many grams. I will have to weigh it and let you know. But I've used under 2 balls of yarn. This has 140 meters for 100 grams, which is actually quite a lot. And I'm really surprised, actually, because the first one took exactly 2 balls of yarn. I think I had like the smallest of leftovers from doing this one. So it's definitely an economical yarn, that's for sure, in terms of getting so much yardage out of it. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So thank you, Gemma, for allowing me to do a sample for you. This is my first finished sample. Yeah, I've still got 3 more to work on though. So yeah, see you later. So as mentioned, it is a pattern by Gemma at the Midnight Diary, and it is currently at the Yarn Dispensary in Faversham as a sample for their knitting course, which Gemma actually teaches there too. So moving on then to whips, my works in progress. And there's still quite a few, at least 5 that I know of. Don't know if I picked anything else up, but there we go. Yeah, so I have my yarn dispensary bag, which I picked up. Oh, when did I get this one? I think I got this at the knit night. Yeah, not last Thursday. Oh no, back in beginning of June. I got this one. I think I went there on a Sunday. No, it was Friday. It was Jubilee. I went there for the Jubilee. So in here I have the Lullaby Blanket, which is being made up in Rowan Cotton Summerlight DK. I don't know if I've done any on this since I last showed you, but I thought I'd show you it anyway. And the idea is that the pattern is going to keep repeating from the light through the different shades of blue, one stripe of gold, and then another line of the dark blue, and then repeat. And keep going and going and going until I run out of yarn, basically. So that's going to be a really lovely baby blanket. This is one of the balls of Summerlight. And I am using a 4mm hook. I'm using my sparkly one with little hearts on. So that's just trebles going around. Is it trebles or half trebles? Trebles all the way around. It's like a solid granny. So yeah, it's really nice and easy to do, and I can go to it when I don't want to do anything complicated. I can pick that project up, so that is what that is really good for. I'm really hoping it will look really nice when it's finished as well. And that is another sample for the yarn dispensary. Another sample that I'm working on is in my I Do What I Want panda bag, and this one is I think this is the cream bag. Yeah, because the pink one's slightly sparkly, but this looks pink as well. I'm doing the Kalinda shawl. So I'm using one of my Crochet Society hooks 3.5, another sparkly one. Can't remember what box it's from though, because I am useless like that. This is a sample for Ammo yarns. So there is the skein. It's called Water Garden. It is delicious. There are neon greens in there, and it is working out beautifully. Really is. That's my ball of yarn that I'm working from. I decided not to wind it into a cake, partly because it won't fit in this bag, but partly because I didn't want to bother getting my Swift and ball winder up. So it became a ball. Round my knees it went. Probably mentioned all this already, but we are now at this stage. So it's getting quite big. And I'm really hoping that once it's blocked, you'll be able to see all of the lacy sections a bit better as well. And what is surprising, it's only a 4-row repeat. I thought it would be a bit more complicated than that, but apparently not. So I'm really enjoying it. And again, it's one of those ones where I can just pick it up if I don't want anything overly complicated. But I do have to count and check that I've got the right amount of stitches after the row I've just done. So it's getting there. It's coming out really nice. It's DK yarn. So I have 200 grams of the DK. And I think once I finish the big project I'm currently working on, that's going to get all the love and be worked up super quick. And that can go off to Ammo, because that is a sample for her. Yeah. So that is sample number 2. That is currently in progress. I actually worked quite a lot on that when my husband had the last day of his doctorate show. It's his final year. We are both finally done with our studies. Honestly, this year has been such a struggle with both of us studying again. Well, me again, but he's now finished his doctorate. I have now completed my QTS, so yay. which means I am due a pay rise. Don't know when. Could be July, could be September. Haven't a clue. But yes, so there is that. My husband is therefore then looking for a different job as well. So yeah, things are on the up in terms of that, but a lot has been pushed aside for it, and that's what I've been struggling with recently, because we don't really communicate very well, and we're never in at the same time. And if we are in at the same time, we're in different rooms. So I'll be watching something on the telly and he won't want to sit and watch that, so he'll go and watch something else. And then we don't communicate that actually I can stop what I'm watching and we can watch a film together. So yes, but that is that. Yeah. Not really sure what else to say on that matter, but there we go. So that's 2. I have also started, because we're going to have like a mini, I've got a fruit cocktail post coming up for the shop. Probably shouldn't be saying that, but there we go. So we're doing an offer on, the shop's doing an offer on these little hardy craft kits that are all fruity ones, and I have started it, but it is buried at the bottom of the bag. Just a sec. So this uses Shipyer's Katona, which is more of a 4-ply yarn, and I have literally started the base of this cute little pineapple, and I think every row is the same now. It's just the bobbles going round and round, and then there's a green one for the top of it. There's also some eyes in here somewhere to put in his face. Has he got a face? Yes, he has a face. There's got to be some eyes somewhere. Yeah, so that has been started. Not sure how long that's going to take me. It took me quite some time actually to get to that stage. It's a 2.5 hook, and my word, did that take me some time. I think I've even decided that I'm joining and chaining as opposed to just going round and round in circles, because I just could not get it to sit right. So eventually it will be a little pineapple. Yeah, so that's going to work up nice because it's very small, so it should be quicker to do, and it's being done in a 2.5 hook. I had to buy a new hook. This is a Knit Pro one, 2.5. The last one I did, I used a clover hook, and actually I'm wondering if maybe that's what's slowing me down, because I used a different hook for the last one. But I like this style. So anyway, that's what I'm using for that one. I've got a big bag of stuff in. It doesn't all fit in a packet anymore. Yeah, so I have that pineapple. Lovely jubbly for summer. And I have recently been working on a brand new project, which is from issue 124 of Simply Crochet, because we did a beach theme for the window. So can you see what I might have chosen to do for the window? Let me show you the finished picture. A wreath. Because it's been a while since I made a wreath, obviously, because that was like October time, I think. No, I made one Easter, didn't I? I made the bunnies. So yes, I am doing the wreath. So and it is meant to be done in Cascade Cantata or something. Where is it? Yeah, Cascade Cantata. Don't have any of that, but I do have Aran yarn, so I've done it in Starcraft because it's a lot cheaper and it's just going to hang in a shop. So yeah, I've got Aran, and this is almost the size to go around the wreath bit. I haven't done an enclosed one like this before, so this is new to me. So I have a big 35 centimetre half ring, which this is going to go round. Almost finished this bit. I'm going to try and finish this actually, I think either tonight or tomorrow. Finish this bit. I have done 2 of the bands that go around the Lifebuoy. So I did one, measured it, and then did the other one. So I have 2, and I counted the rows as well, so that I'm just going to do them all the same. So I need to do 2 more. I'm using watermelon, again in the Starcraft Special Aran, and I have some yarn from Stash, some grey Aran yarn, which I used to make the little bunny rabbit, and the inside of my dragon dice bag, which is here. I have grey Aran left over from that, so I'm going to use that to do the anchor on the front and maybe a fish. And I know that I have loads of cotton Aran, because that's what my temperature blanket was made in. So I'm going to see what I can dig out to do the other little decoration bits on it. But at the moment, it's going well. I've been doing this though for a week, maybe more than a week. And to me, I feel like this should have been done by now. But I have had a few days in the last week or so where I've just downed tools and sat there reading books on my phone, because I just didn't want to do anything else. Got lost in a world, and that's how I like it. So yeah, I've got fluff everywhere now. Ugh. One more whip. Is that one more whip? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, one more whip. Started this in May. It started on the 23rd of May. And this is the Postcards with Love Cowl. I have completed the central section and the border for it. And then I started all the bits to go around that. Didn't get very far. Other things got in the way, so I finished off the cowl. I then did the seagull. Yeah. So I've started other projects instead of actually continuing with this one. I think there has been a couple of finishes though at the hut, at the yarn shop. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. So I've done the middle bit. I've done all these sun rays, and I've done one of this postcard. Not that one, this one. I've done one of that one and one of these ones. So I only need to do the 4 hearts, 3 more of the beach themed postcards, and 3 more of, oh no, I only want 2 more. 2 more. I've done 2, both with loves, haven't I? Yes, I've done both with loves. I need to do the wish you were here's. So this is the one with the flowers. Again, you can see I need to weave my ends in and border it, because apparently I like to leave it that till the last minute. I have all of the little suns, so there are 4 of those. So they're really nice. What I did was I did one from start to finish, and then, oh no I didn't, I did one up until the pink. Then I did the 4 up until the yellow, so the outside of the circle, and then I did the pinks on the other 3. Then I did the blues on all of them, then the orange on all of them, and then the cream. So they were all made up kind of in at the same time. I also have a little crab, who's also from the Simply Crochet magazine, and I used the freebie rubbish yarn that I've just complained about to make him up. He needs some eyes though, and he probably needs a really good starch, but he keeps curling, and I don't know if I make another one, will it actually even out or not? I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to try and pin him flat, or maybe stick him to a piece of felt. That might be better, just to try and keep him a bit flatter, because yeah, I want to try and maybe I'll put him on the Lifebuoy as a little motif, instead of trying to make loads of fishies and stuff. So here is, oh Still got ends to weave in on my corners and the border, but I think all the others are woven in. Yeah, it's just it's just the hearts and the border that I haven't woven in ends for. So it's too big to fit in camera at the moment. Let's try and move back. Can we see it all? I don't know. I'm going to have to push my camera really far back, aren't I? In order to do the whole thing when it's finished. But yes, I do have two. I have two beach huts. They're a bit wonky though. I'll put the picture up actually because that might be easier. The beach huts are a little bit wonky. But, so I do want to restitch them. But I don't know if I can be bothered. So yes, I have that bit complete. I think Helen and I have the same amount complete in a way, but we've both just had other projects to be doing that were more time sensitive than this one. Yeah, so we've both got that far, and then I think I've done both of these. The With Love postcard. I've done both of those with the little hearts, and I think Helen's done those as well, but Helen hasn't done these ones, or I'm not sure if she's done the new postcards yet. Yeah, so once I finish the Life Boy, I can go back to that and try and finish it off. It's going to be huge though. It really is going to be huge, but I was really enjoying it, and then just other things got in the way. So I know that when I go back to it, I will still enjoy it. I think the issue was I did not enjoy this postcard. Just changing so many times here, I just wasn't enjoying it at all. There's got to be other ways you can do stuff like that without having to put a random green row in now. But there we go. So yeah, that is the first. I need to do 3 more of these. 2 of them need orange beach huts, and 2 of them don't. So I need to do 3 more. So once I've got those done, I think, yeah, we'll try and do 1 more of these. Maybe do all the hearts, just the heart itself. Then maybe do another one of these. Then border all the hearts. Then do the other one of these. Maybe I do it like that, so I can sort of break it up a little bit, and it won't feel monotonous or anything. So that has been worked up in King Cowl Big Value DK, purely because it's cheap and we could get all the colours. I am also doing it in a 4.5 hook. Can I find it? I can. It is another Crochet Society one, because I do love holding on to these. Because of the way I crochet, I need that bigger section at the bottom. Just dropped it. Yeah, so most of my projects now have these because I have so many in the same sizes that I use it all the time. So yeah, they do come in handy, they really do. But I think I now have too many. I don't care. And guess what? That's it for whips. I know. And to think last month was the one with the whips. So much going on. So I have a few acquisitions to show you, and then I'll do a little bit of admin, I think. So first things first, I have the last Care Bear box from Siobhan's Crafts. I have ordered the next one. This one is green. He's got a little kite on his belly. What one's this one called? Do Your Best Bear. He's got a little kite on his belly. He's quite sweet. I can't remember what the next one's called, but the next one is like full on green. So here we have I'll Do Your Best Bear. Again, I'm getting DKs of these. This is like proper neon. There is some proper yellow neon in here. Look at all the colours. So definitely need to find something for these. I'm assuming there's going to be 12. I don't know. So I need something with 1200 grams of yarn. And then we have our stitch markers for this month. So we have a hot air balloon, which I think is really nice, really sweet. We have the one that matches the bag, and then we have one that's got green sequins. But yeah, I think these are quite, I really like that hot air balloon. So yeah, that is the latest Care Bear from Siobhan's Crafts, and she's now tie-dyeing all the bags so the colours all match. I have the Blanket Club minis from Truly Hooked. These are getting much darker now. We are on to colours 11 and 12. So 11 at the top, 12 at the bottom. We're hitting really deep blues. There's like dots of black in there as well. So I definitely need to find something for these. Maybe I'll do these in the hexagons. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Because I'm only getting 10 grams. So I could do a hexagon in each of them and then just stitch them together. Yeah, we'll see. Because it's clearly making a rainbow now. We've gone through the greeny blues. Now we're into proper blue. So, yeah. We shall see. And I think I bought last year's one as well. So if we don't make it through the whole rainbow, I can put last year's one. Because that was more like a sunset, I think. I'll have to find it and go back to it and have a look. But yeah, I think they'll probably go together actually quite nicely. So there's that one. I have Perf Collab yarn. So this is the Perf Collab Club, and this month's was Curated Yarn Company. Love these, they look so posh. And I think this one was called Purple Rain, yeah, so by Prince. I've got one of each. I have one sock and one DK. This is the DK version. And this is the sock version. For when I decide that I want some Purple Rain socks. And they're just so pretty. So pretty. Just reminds me of a sunset. Like a really deep purpley golden sunset. Yeah, so I've got one of each of those. And I think finally I have a project bag. So sorry for the little cut there, but I needed to open it because I hadn't actually opened it yet. It was still in the packaging. So I have purchased pandas. Love the pandas. So this side it goes from like a greeny colour down through to purple with the hearts. And on the other side is the other half of the rainbow. Check it. Love it. I love the pandas. Love the pandas. I saw that she was doing, the Jen was doing the pandas. I was like, I need to get one, and I need to get one now. So I ordered the large of the panda one. And then I ordered a little notions pouch. I wasn't sure if it was the triangle one or just a little one to match. And it is a little one to match. Again, the rainbow continues. So you've got reds into the oranges. And then on the back we've got purple and pink. So yeah, I love it. I love that I've got a little matching set as well. And I like these little tags on these zips. So much easier to pull them. They are both from the little grey girl, who is Gemma, and I love them. So psychedelic. I love the fact that it's like an optical illusion print with all the stripes. Yeah, it's really cool. I love these. So thanks, Jam. Might have to order all of the sizes and shapes you do now. I think I'm obsessed, just a little bit. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to put in that bag just yet, but does it matter? No. Clearly I've got enough projects. I can put a project in that bag, can't I? So yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So now it's time for a little bit of admin, just to sort of round off the episode. It's gone very quick, this episode. There are episodes out there where they're like well over an hour long. This is well under an hour. So yay. You don't have to sit here and listen to me waffle on for ages. Yeah. As I said earlier, I've got 2 weeks left of school. Cannot wait for the summer. Finished my QTS. My husband finished his doctorate. Started my counselling. And we got the go-ahead for a GCSE Textiles group next year, which I'm excited about. It's a new course that we're planning, so it's going to be a bit crazy for the first few months of the year, of the school year. Just getting things planned and put in place for it. But once it's done, then it will be fine. It will just go smoothly. So yeah, lots to look forward to for that. And I thought I would also share with you some pictures from the Jubilee celebrations that we had at the very beginning of June. I probably should have put them in last month's one, but I was holding back. So yeah, I'll put a couple of pictures up from my antics, both on the Wednesday at my local yarn shop and on the Friday at the yarn dispensary in Faversham. I even made the newsletter for the shop. I know, me. Which was just such a surprise. I looked at the newsletter, yeah, it was really nice to see that, and it did really put a big smile on my face as well, which is good. But yeah, I feel like I've not really been pulling my weight a bit the last few weeks. I think my body's just decided it's had enough and doesn't want to do anything anymore. My elbows are starting to ache. I don't know whether it's because of the furious crocheting I've been doing over the last month, or it's all the marking I've been doing, because I'm trying to get all that finished and done so I can just file everything before we leave. But yeah, these last 2 weeks are just going to be teach, mark, file. Teach, mark, file. That is my 2 weeks. So I kind of started doing that today and then realised I've still got one piece of work to mark for the 2 groups I did today. So I'll do some of that tomorrow. But things are moving forward now, which is good to see. And hopefully I'll actually have some more finishes to show you next month, because it's been a bit thin on the ground for June. But yeah, that is my roundup for the month of June. So what do I have planned for July? I really need to finish that blanket so it can go into the shop and be hung up in the shop. I'm going to finish off the Lifebuoy wreath because it's the summer and it deserves to go up in the window at the shop. So that will be done. I desperately need to finish this scarflet because I've been doing it for far too long. And actually, now that I've got into the grips of using the combined continental, I should be able to do it a lot quicker now. So watch this space. And maybe even the Kalinda will get finished. I don't know yet. Either the Kalinda or the Lullaby, I think, should get finished this month. We'll see. I'm still struggling with income. And I know everybody is struggling these days. But I literally got paid just over a week ago and it's all gone. And I've got to get petrol for the next 2 weeks of work. And we're already running out of food. Like, how does that work? I don't think... I've not spent more than what I would normally spend. But it's just not... It's not there. I treated myself to 2 dresses from Lady V, which are a little bit pricey. One was in the sale though. And I know I'm going to get wear out of them. Like, that was an investment. But now I wonder whether I should have waited to do that until the end of this month. Basically, I'm regretting shopping. But I have no clothes that fit me properly. I'm in dresses every day now because that's what fits. Because most of them are stretchy. They don't make me look very flattering, but I guess I'm comfortable. That's the upside. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we're planning on going on a couple of little mini breaks over the summer holidays. But that's about it. There's not much else going on. So yeah, looking forward to finishing off school for this academic year and then going back in September. Yeah, I've now finished my tea, but I still have biscuits. Might make another cup of tea, but probably shouldn't. I need to actually eat proper food because I haven't been eating lunches either at work because I can't afford to. There's no money in my account, so I can't top up my work card, but there we go. I don't think there's really much else to talk about this month. So, actually, one last thing. I had a phone call from my local yarn shop. We've been talking about doing like a workshop over the summer, but actually we've got some kids, or we've got some customers whose children want to learn to crochet. So we're looking at putting on a couple of workshops over the summer for them, or just like little activities, things like, I don't know, making pom-poms. We might do that, or making tassels. But even adults might find that useful as well to finish off projects. So yeah, I'm going to put some feelers out into the group and see what people are interested in, and I might be teaching some more over the summer, so that'd be really, really nice to do that. But yeah, fun times ahead. I don't appear to be very enthusiastic, do I? But it will all be worth it in the end, I reckon, and we'll see what next year brings, I guess. But I shall see you all again towards the end, at least the end of July, probably the beginning of August though now, because we'll be celebrating our 3rd year anniversary. Yes, our third wedding anniversary at the very beginning of August. So I will see you all again then. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye.